What up, y'all? Jimmy Q, what up, pimp? Jimmy Q, what it do, what it do? Happy hump day, happy hump day. Happy humping for those that be doing those type of things. Happy hump day. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that's Eileen over there, Big Eileen. Texas in the house. Shout out to Texas. Yeah, bro. Let me see. Chat. That's a bet. Right. What's your favorite album of the year right now, if you had one? Because right now I'm rocking the Clips, new album, and I like Akeem Ali. He got a mixtape out called Texture Tape. He from Atlanta, Georgia. That boy cold. Big X Plug. That's like a down south dude, right, Babel? Yeah. You love all that Dallas down south Chevy music shit. You love that shit. That's some shit. Yeah, I rock with that. What up, y'all? Danielle, what's up? Danielle Nisi, what up, boo? What's shaking? Nothing but ass. What it do? What it do? Y'all know it's hump day. Pull up on me. Pull up on me. Y'all kids should be asleep by now anyway. Pull up on me. So, for those that don't know, man, first and foremost, y'all, it's your boy Top Rope Zeus. Welcome to this week's episode of Hump Day Romance. I am your host, Zeus. Yo, one thing that I've observed, like, I'm observing a lot of things right now. Y'all know it's towards the end of the year, right? And I have a question for the ladies. Ladies, have you ever seen a woman? Have you ever seen women who feel like, do you think women should have to compete in life? That's like a broad question, right? But here's where I'm going with, right? I have a homegirl who I love very dearly. She's the homie. She's been the homie for like so long, right? We grew up together. So she asks me for advice sometimes, right? So sometimes when she asks me for advice, I'd be like, all right, cool, but don't ask me if you want me to lie to you, because I'm really not good at that. If you want me to tell you what I honestly think, then I got you. But if you need me to lie to your ass, baby, I'm not the nigga for you. I'm just not. You should not ask me. So she's like, nah, Zeus, keep it a buck. I was like, okay, cool. So she's on the rocks with her relationship right now. She really, she likes her boyfriend. She wants to get married and stuff like that, right? But she moved in with him, right? He has, children. She has a child. So it's all cool, blended family. The problem is she might lose this nigga. That's the problem. And she might lose him based off the fact that she's not living up to her responsibilities in the relationship. That's the wild thing, right? I ain't gonna say wild, but it's like, when I asked her, I was like, well, what do you mean by that? She was like, well, he wants to do financial literacy type of things, right? Like he wants to, get a bigger house. Like he wants to grow businesses, all things that she want to do too. But the thing about it is her habits are not the best. She's kind of lazy. She's kind of very lazy. Now, not lazy to the point where she don't work. She has a job, right? But see, the problem is sometimes we have jobs that are so comfortable that it gives us just enough to where we don't really try for anything else because we're comfortable, right? We're comfortable. And that's like the worst thing to do in life is when you have somebody who likes being uncomfortable and then you have a person who needs to be comfortable, right? Because to be uncomfortable means that you're trying new things, you're trying new foods, you're trying new methods, you're learning, getting new degrees, new skill sets. You're putting yourself in uncomfortable positions. And I told her, I was like, well, listen, a relationship that's not growing together, if y'all not in the same, y'all can't, work together. Because at the end of the day, I told her, yo, relationships is a business. I think people fail to realize that relationships are a business. And the same way how, she was like, well, I feel like I shouldn't have to do as much, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just thinking to myself, listen, boo, there's a lot of women out here who are in shape. They cook, they clean, they have great energy, they're mothering. and they will take your nigga if you are not on your square. She was like, what you mean? I'm like, do you feel like you shouldn't have to compete with other women, even though you have your man? She's like, well, I don't really feel like I should have to compete. He should just love me the way that I am. Because I'm not gonna lie, her back is getting a little big. She told me that herself. She was like, Zeus, my back getting big. I'm like, I'm glad you said it, baby, because I didn't want to have to tell you. I thought you didn't know. Sometimes our backs get big and we need to be told so that we can make our back like a smaller back. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bet. I told her, I said, listen, I don't care if you're a man or a woman. We need to be honest with ourselves. Yo, like when we in relationships with people, even marriage, we are still competing. You may not be competing for that person's love, but you still got to keep yourself looking appropriate. I never understood when people get in relationships and let themselves go and then be upset when their person is like, they got wandering eyes. I don't mean like it's okay to cheat. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like a lot of people I've met a lot of women, not all, of course, not all, but I learned a lot of women who they would rather compete in they like career, right? Like if you tell a woman, hey, look, you're gonna have to compete for this job. A lot of people have no problem with competing. A lot of women like, oh, bet, that's what I do. If we apply that same thing to like our relationships, like yo, whatever my man need, like what knowing what he needs, if you always stay on your square, you'll never lose your mans. You'll never lose them. Especially when you ain't really got them yet. Like a lot of women think because you get married to him that you got him. Nah, mama, like that thing that he needs from you, whether it's you be a good homemaker, or you be a good organizer, or he wants to build a business with you, whatever that is, he needs you to have good habits. And he got to have good habits too. I'm not saying like the man don't either, but I was just telling my homegirl, I'm like, look, shorty, if you want this man, you need to step your game up because the man that you like, the man that you want, he's going to push you to be greater. He's not going to settle for what you think he should just settle for. Because really what you're saying is, I don't really want to try. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So I just say it's funny too because he had a conversation with her about like her weight had got kind of out of control. And y'all know it's very difficult. It's very difficult to talk to some people about their weight. They don't want to hear it, even though you know that they're telling you something you already know. Me personally, I feel like you don't got to have abs. You ain't got to be like the most ripped up person in the world, but you do want to keep yourself like active and somewhat attractive and decent for the person that you're with. I believe in that. That's why whenever I used to see people be like, oh, well, once I get married, I'm just letting myself go now. You stuck with me now. That shit used to scare the dog shit out of me. I was like, I don't never want to be with a woman like that. I met a woman in Atlanta who was super cool. She was one of the funniest women ever. I was at the bar just chilling, right? And she was funny. And she was talking about her husband and stuff like that. And I was like, bet. She was like, yeah, my husband, I used to deep throat when I first met him. Once we got in a relationship, I told him I ain't doing that no more. And I was like, wait, you mean you was doing your thing with the throat. And then he married you. And then you was like, you put it in the contract that you're not going to do that no more. He was like, yeah, she was like, yeah, I got him now. And I'm like, I ain't never getting married. I do not like that contract. Who would sign up for a horrible, who does services and then when you hire them for the job, you don't do the service? That's like me hiring you to do my electricity, right? You tell me, Zeus, I do great electricity. You show it to me. Then when I marry you, right, I sign the contract. Then you like, Zeus, I don't do electricity anymore. That's what I hired you for. That, ma'am, that is what I hired you for. That's all I'm saying. People got to get together, man. You are so the man. Bianca, what up, boo? Santoria. If I'm saying your name wrong, please forgive me. What's up, boo? From Santoria hitting us up from Facebook. Bianca is hitting us up from YouTube. What up, pimp? She said, be blessed, happy hugs. I appreciate you. Jimmy, what up, bro? What you got to do to get them is what you got to do to keep them. Exactly. And listen, this goes for men too, right? Peep this. A lot of dudes be Mr. Suave, Mr. Smell Good, Mr. Dress Nice, Mr. Talk Nice, right? The nigga going overtime in the bedroom, he crushing it. Then once the nigga start getting comfortable, he start eating more. He start working out less. He stopped talking to you sweet like he used to. and he get off his square. Next thing you know, he got titties, erectile dysfunction, and this nigga sleeping with a goddamn apnea machine on. That sexy man that you was attracted to is gone. It happens all the time. That's why I say, man, I don't think people have relationship problems. I think people have just personal habit problems that they bring into a relationship, if you know what I mean, right? Like, a lot of us are just lazy and it's unattractive. A lot of us make excuses of why we shouldn't try to be better, or you get stuck with somebody who's a try motherfucker. Everything they do, well, I'll try. Nigga, you need to do. If you say you're gonna lose some pounds, bro, you need to do it. If you say you're gonna be better with your finances, if you say you're gonna cut out alcohol, whatever that is, yo, you need to do. Because yo, I don't know if y'all realize, but it kind of sucks to have to like run your whole life by yourself. Like running a family, that shit sucks. And what worse is, I see people who have relationships, but they still feel alone. Ain't that some shit for your ass? I see people who are in relationships and they still do everything themselves. It's crazy. It's crazy. Danielle, what we talking about? She says accountability and direct conversations are difficult to receive at times. We have to learn to stop being defensive and actually hear what our partner is saying. Absolutely. So listen, I want y'all to put in the chat. This is for my chat people, right? What's one problem that you're having right now? Is it you're single, you're trying to find people? Like, what's the reason? If you're single, tell me the reason that you're single. If you're in a relationship, tell me the reason that you're in a relationship. Now, if you're happy in a relationship, tell me why you're happy. If you know that you're thinking about transitioning out of that relationship, I want to know what are y'all seeing in the world? Because I know what I'm observing and I'm seeing, but I need to know what y'all seeing in the world. Because I'm gonna be honest, I see a lot of people who just are not honest with themselves. And then when you say the honesty to them, they look at you like you're the worst motherfucker in the world. It's like, nigga, it ain't my fault. There ain't nobody telling you the truth. You got yes men or yes women around you, or you could just don't like to hear anything other than your own thoughts, and that's a real thing too. That's why with me, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I love talking to y'all up here, but I don't, certain people, man or woman, I don't like to talk to, because they never gonna take accountability for anything. And I'm the wrong nigga. I don't want to talk to nobody that is always somebody else's fault. I went to an event maybe like earlier this year, right? And saw a pretty woman that I knew, right? She was cool. And I knew her before. So she was like, yo, Zeus, we sat down and talked. And she was like, Zeus, why you ain't married? And I was like, what kind of question is that? Who asks things like that? Why am I not married? Like, who does shit like that? But I was like, why? You trying to be married? You trying to find a nigga or something? She was like, yeah, but all the men I find are toxic. I said, because you toxic. She was like, I'm not toxic no more. Yeah, right. That they can smell it on you. They can smell it on you. And those are the situations where I'm like, look, I think it's easier, and y'all will probably disagree with this, but I think it's easier to tell a man the truth than it is to tell a woman the truth. I think men, a lot of us are raised by single mothers, so our mothers don't spare us. But some moms do. I will say that. Some of y'all probably like, yo, y'all met men who they mom don't ever tell them the truth. So when you tell him the truth, he act like he ain't never heard it before. I do get stuff like that. I understand. But yeah, man, I think communication is key. And I think that a lot of us are just not honest with what we want. See, I'm in a place in my life right now where it's like, I don't got time to be wasting my motherfucking time, man. I really don't. I really don't. What I mean by that is, when you are on a purpose from God, you don't have time for distractions. You don't. And when you meet people, you got to see somebody that's already on their own personal journey. We got to stop trying to drag people along on a journey that they was never supposed to be with in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, we be really trying to like drag people along, friends, family, loved ones. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we need to focus on less love and more alignment. I think love is great, but are we aligned? Can we work together? Can we get something done? Can we accomplish something, right? Can I depend on you? Because the biggest thing is, as a man, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to be with a woman that I have to fight to listen to me. And I don't mean like physically fight. I mean like if I got to argue with you to teach you things, you're going to slow this train down. That's why women pick the men. Women pick us. Believe that. I don't believe anything else. I believe women pick us. I do. Here's why. I believe women pick us because a man is like a train, right? Women want to find a train that's going somewhere that they want to motherfucking go. That's it. And if you a brother that looks like an exciting train to be on, meaning like your life, what you do is interesting. She's like, man, he has hobbies and things that I like. Well, then that woman's gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna get on this train. I like where this train is going. This is my kind of train, right? The moment that she gets on the train and she starts trying to take the wheel, you gotta get off the train, mom. You can't change the direction, and you have to be careful about the train you get on because you want to make sure it's where you really want to go. Because a lot of women and men, right? A lot of people get in relationships and they don't really like everything about the person's life. Like, stop hollering at that woman if you know you don't like kids. If she got kids and you know you don't want to be a stepdaddy, and you know this woman wants to be married or she just wants a family, man, stop wasting this lady time, man. Stop wasting it. Unless she that's what she's trying to do right now. She's just trying to get some wood and she ain't looking for, cool. Wood her down, right? Would you please do it? But if it ain't all that, I would just say, yo, be we got to learn to pick better because we blaming too many people about things that's like within our control. You know what I'm saying? Like, pick your partner wisely. Because I see a lot of women pick fat, lazy, and mind, ain't nothing wrong with being big. I'm just saying, because a lot of big niggas get their job, they work out. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a lot of lazy men that women pick. And they're not really the man that's turning you on instinctively. They're just the man that you picking because he's safe. And you know ain't no other woman gonna want him anyway. Talk about it. I be I cringe when I see men who are with women and the woman is on his arm and they just looking at me, they looking at other men. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I'll say like, we got to pick our partners correctly. And I think it's important that we remove distraction from people who are just not aligned in our life. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's not into what you're into or whatever, that's cool. Don't be mad at them people. Don't be mad at them people. But also too, stop trying to force people into life and stop feeling guilty for leaving somebody at a season and it was just supposed to be a season. Everybody's not supposed to be in our life for a lifetime, straight up and down. Some people it's just going to be a beautiful season. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know how many beautiful seasons we didn't had? I didn't have beautiful seasons with people that I appreciate. They're like beautiful chapters in my life. You know what I'm saying? But some of those seasons wasn't meant to be a lifetime. You dig? And a lot of people are married to people for a lifetime that they was only really supposed to be within a season. And they paying for that shit. A lot of us have had children with people that we was only supposed to be with them people for in a season. Lord, this season then lasted 18 years and some more. Lord, it'd be like that. Let's see what Danielle talking about. What's up, Chef Her? What's cooking, Chef? Danielle says, I've seen women pick a man because he was the most consistent and all he did was show up. He brought nothing to the table. Listen, I'm glad you made that point. I'm gonna say it one more time. Danielle says, I've seen women pick a man because he's the most consistent, right? He the one that's calling you consistently, all that other stuff, right? And all he did was just show up. He just showed up. He brought nothing to the table, and women pick those type of guys. Absolutely. Here's why. A lot of women will settle for the man that will settle for them. But that's not the that's not the man that she wants. That's just the man that wants her. And a lot of women settle for the man that wants them. Because in order for them to have the man that she wants, she's going to have to change things about herself. She can't be lazy. He's not going to accept mediocrity. He's not going to accept you making excuses because he knows that the family, the legacy depends on what you two do together. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna have a partner who I feel like I'm doing everything my damn self, but I got a partner. That's like having that's like parking a car right in a parking space, but the car don't move. You just occupying a space. A lot of people are just occupying space in our life, bruh. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of motherfuckers occupying space in my shit. I'm clearing shit out. Period. If you ain't down with what I got going on, if you ain't down like Brandy, shit, I'm cool. And I don't just mean having people in my life from a romantic standpoint, right? I don't mean like that. I mean like friendships. Honestly, I'm connecting with a lot of entrepreneurs, people who are aligned with what my life goals are, right? People who are aligned with what my life goals are. Clear the cut, Chef, clear the clutter out, baby. And Chef, she's a talented, very talented woman. Listen, Chef fed me at Norfolk State Homecoming. She has a wonderful catering company located in Washington D.C. Right, so make sure you holler at me. Is it D.C. or Baltimore? It's in that area. I may be incorrect, but I was sitting at our tailgate. I got there a little late, and I'm hungry. This is Norfolk State tailgate. I'm hungry because I got to get ready to do the long drink hosting thing. She made me a plate without me even asking. It's the type of things like that that I appreciate. I'm a type of person where I notice kindness, where most people would just overlook that type of thing. You see what I'm saying? I think we need to get back to that. At least that's what I'm doing. I don't give a fuck what nobody else doing. My soul, I'm trying to go to heaven. So I'm down with showing people love that show love to me. And even if you don't show me love, hey man, look, I might just show you some love because shit, that's just the right thing to do. And I'm trying to get into heaven. That's it. But yeah, she has a dope catering company in DC, and I might have to do some food content with her because I love helping, I love working and collaborating with different creators. So shout out to Chef Her. Fellas, holler at her in the DM though, all right? She got the nice little 90s cut like Nia Long back in like Friday. You need to holler at her. Holler at her, yeah. Let's see, Danielle. Who wants a Porsche sitting on blocks just to be able to say I have a Porsche? A lot of people. Danielle, you would be surprised. A lot of people, men and women, will be with somebody just because of what they represent, like a trophy. You know what I mean? That's why I always feel bad for dudes that be having these BBL girls on their arms and they dress like where everybody can see everything. Like, if that ain't the biggest cry for help and attention I've ever seen, like, I don't even date women like that. I don't like stuff like that. I think everybody should dress how they want to dress. Do that, but yeah, you ain't about to be out here embarrassing me. Nope, not me. Not the same OG that stay low key with more sauce than Ayo Lee. Can't do that. Dead weight people just around just for show. Absolutely. So let's see. Ruth, what up? Ruth Guzman. Ruth Guzman. Ruth talking about what up, Natasha? What's shaking? Yo, so real quick, if anybody want to come on into the live and ask me a scenario, you got a dating question or a dating scenario, or if it's something that I said that you want to make a comment on, if you're on Instagram, y'all can go ahead and just hit that subscribe as a guest. You can try to come on with me as a guest, and I'll bring you on. And I'm live on Facebook and YouTube as well. So if y'all want to come on and just talk to me, let me know. I'm in a good mood, and I ain't gonna know how long I'm gonna be up here, but hey, I know a lot of us are going through a lot of stuff. So one thing, and while y'all hit me up, just talk to me about whatever your relationship thing is. Is it co-parenting? Is it dating? Are you currently dating? Like, what's y'all relationship statuses? What's that look like? Also, my Patreon is almost up, where we're gonna be doing this like 3-4 times a week, where we're going to be talking about real life stuff, relationships. I'm going to have my friends come on who are different experts. And y'all going to be able to get all my thoughts raw as a straw. So holla at me. But One big thing that I'm seeing right now is a lot of my friends, a lot of people on the internet are going through co-parenting crises. That's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it co-parenting crises. The reason I say that is because I feel like co-parenting has become one of the most stressful things to deal with today. And majority of it is not even from the child. It's not even from the child. Like a lot of us, we co-parenting, but we co-parenting with people who don't really want to co-parent with us. Or don't, you know what I mean? People who don't want to co-parent or people who just don't want to be a parent in general. I've really been seeing this shit, man. And then two, a lot of women, they get with a guy, woman has the baby, the guy leaves, and next thing you know, you stuck raising a kid by yourself. And then that makes it even harder because having a baby, I don't care what nobody say, that shit is baggage. I don't care what nobody say, that is baggage. To raise a child is a big responsibility. I'm not saying it's not honorable baggage. I'm just saying, nigga, we checking the luggage. It's baggage. Certain things are baggage. And kids are not the only type of baggage. You got emotional baggage, financial baggage. Ooh, Lord. You ever meet somebody and it's like, yo, I like you. But nigga, you got like $3 million in debt. How are we going to get together and do something? That's why I say people need to start picking people based off alignment, not how fine you are. Because I can have a conversation with a person and just see if they're my kind of person. I can talk to a woman for a few minutes and see if she is my kind of tea. And if she's not, it's all good. I ain't tripping off nothing. I'm sipping on something. But just because she's not right for me doesn't mean I need to be rude to her or tell her she's wrong, none of that type of shit. But nah, man, I'm good. I'm straight. I remember it's one woman, right? I got female friends that I see all the time when they see, sometimes we flirt. You know how that shit go. Hey, what you been up to? You didn't see me. We done seen each other about 10 goddamn times in the past 2 years, 3 years. You know ain't nothing going on with me and you. And you know why. She'd be like, well, why? Why ain't nothing going on? Because you want a nigga that's gonna chase you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You want a man that's going to chase you. You are too cool or too shy or whatever to flirt with a man. Men like it when women flirt and can have that mental back and forth. That's attractive. I know it's some men and women up here that appreciate a good flirt and back and forth with somebody. Man, that shit turn me on, goddammit. Shit. Don't have some good mental. Those are called psychosexuals, where people who are attracted by your mind. Like people's mind turns them on. You know what I'm saying? Now you get some good mind turn on. The faucet ain't gonna cut off. I'm telling you that right now. That's why men gotta step their conversation game up because you niggas don't be having nothing to say. At all. At all. Netflix and chill ain't gonna do it for you. You gotta have the type of conversation where a woman looks at you in admiration, not just lust. And she's admiring not your cars, not your money, not your clothes, but she's admiring the knowledge that you have as a man. Because most women want to be taught something. Most women, good women, they want to be taught something. So they're going to pick a man that can teach them something. Because when they get with a dude and she knows everything and he don't know nothing, oh, that's going to get old real quick. That's going to get old real quick. You better enjoy them cheeks while you can because that shit going to get over real quick. And that's facts. No printer. Yo, Q. Hey, Q said, I'm proud of you, bro. Keep going, Ace. Hey, Q was the dude in my school that all the hoes wanted. I don't know if the regular women wanted Q, but I know the hoes wanted Q. I wanted to be like Q when I was in high school. And Q wasn't even my goddamn best friend. He won't. I knew of Q because he was a popular dude. You know what I'm saying? Me, I knew a couple people knew me, but I ain't want to be that dude. Q was always the popular cool nigga. And you know what type of nigga I am? I never was envious of Q to where I'm like, man, I don't like that nigga, or man, don't bring him around. He gonna take all the women. I've never been like that. Cause I'm a lion. So I like to be in good company. I want to be with the lions. I want to be where the knives are. Who trying to get cut? Because a lot of dudes will feel inferior by other men. That ain't alpha stuff. That's not. You should. If I see a dude with a suit on, or he dressed, or he giving type of conversation that I like, I'm like, hey, bro, put me on, because I like what you got going on. Let me add that to my repertoire. Dudes don't do that no more. Oh, he gonna take all. Man, get out of here. You can. I don't. I'm not even trying to be funny. And this is me being broke as a joke. I ain't got no money. You can put me in a room with Michael B. Jordan. You can put me in a room with what's the other dude that Tiana Taylor got? Aaron something Pierre, cool looking brother, right? Put me in a room with both the niggas. I'm not saying I'm gonna get everything in the room, but trust and believe. I'm walking tall. I'm walking tall. I don't need money to stand on money. I can stand on business. I stand on knowledge. I stand on energy. And you remember, for y'all that didn't know, I lived in Hollywood for 4 years. I did quite well in terms of just being in that environment. It's nothing because I'm from VA, so like we don't really trip about stuff like that. We're the biggest stars in the world. Long as you are a person of good character, right, and you show respect, people cool here. We just big on just being respectful. You don't bother nobody. Most of the time, people don't bother you. So I rock with that. What up, Mika? Mika Moore. What up? What up? How you doing, love? Are y'all single, ready to mingle? What's up? What's poppin'? Let's see. Ruth Guzman. Come on, stimulate my brain. That's right, Ruth. He's trying to stimulate that brain. Because if he stimulate that brain, he gonna marinate that fish. He gonna marinate that fish. And that's what you're trying to do, Ruth. You're trying to get your fish marinated, baby. Sit down and have a conversation. I feel like low key, I feel like I feel like I can teach these young men how to do that thing. I just do. I just feel like I need to start a class where I'm just teaching young homies how to do their thing. AWOL Beats. Your line brother was my boss. Bo. Yeah, what up, bro? AWOL Beats hitting us up from YouTube. What up, pimp? Literally, you preaching. Let's see what my man. I love when fellas come up here too, by the way. I don't just talk to women. I love talking to whoever want to rap. And if y'all got questions, y'all can go ahead and submit to me. Let's see. Miss Spy says they are simply bitter. That goes for the men and women. I'm one of these people, right? Like I'm a type of creator. As y'all see, me do more things on the internet when I get up here. I haven't been on a lot of big podcasts and shit just yet, but when I start doing that type of stuff, I expect my opinion to be not popular because I go off common sense. And I also go off of like, I'm always going to try to be the bigger person in the situation because I don't want to be right. I just want peace. I just want to get my money and be left the fuck alone. And then, teach. I love talking to people and helping people. So I love doing that type of thing. And I feel like I'm just going to do that for the rest of my life. But I ain't got time to be arguing with no goddamn body. I don't. Because most people are not honest with themselves. So how the hell can you be honest with me? How can they be honest with you? You know what I mean? Like, life is not complicated to me. I don't even think relationships are complicated. I think people are complicated. That's all that is. People complicated, man. Ruth asks, why do people think you should be up under someone all of the time? Like being single is a disease. Okay. That's a good question, Ruth. Why do people think you should be under someone all the time? Okay. A big reason why people feel like if you're single, like, yo, why are you single, right? When people ask that, why are you single? Understand this. All of us operate from our own camera, our own movie lens, right? Like if our life, we wake up and we open our eyes, that's the movie camera lens we see. So basically, when people talk about things to us like, yo, why are you single? You should have somebody because they need to be under somebody all the time. I'm going to be honest. This ain't a girl thing and this ain't a guy thing. I've seen this shit both ways. Listen, I think it's more common to see women who always want to be under a man or something like that because, a lot of things with women, some women don't feel safe if they living in the house and they don't have a man. Some women don't feel safe. Some women they just need to have a man, right? And I'm not saying anything's okay with that. I'm saying If you can't be by yourself, what the hell are you gonna do with somebody else? If you don't want to be with you by yourself. And most of the time, people don't want to be by themselves because they will be forced to deal with their own shit. And what I tell people is like, yo, man, like, I was single. I got out of a relationship and I was single for a good like 3 years. And when I say like single, like I didn't go date. I was in monk mode. Like, unless you knew me personally, you just didn't hear from me. That's it. Only person that heard from me was my daughter, my family, and I would go to work and that was it. I wasn't making videos. I wasn't doing none of that. I had to like strip myself of all the bullshit that I had convinced myself was true, strip all that shit off and rebuild myself up to like, unlearn to relearn. You know what I mean? How I should be, repairing my mind, taking out the trauma, dying the ego. I had to have a big ego death. And a lot of people are too prideful and a lot of motherfuckers just got too big of an ego. And to be honest, they ain't even that awesome. A lot of people are not as great as they think they are, unfortunately. I know that's not like the nicest thing to say, but I'm not really here to be nice. I'm just more so here to be honest. And y'all know a lot of people that think you like, Then when you get with somebody and they're honest with you, you say they mean. That's why I always say a lot of men, if you start talking to a woman, the first thing you should be doing, don't have sex with her, have conversations with her. For sure. Like, go over that woman's house when she feels comfortable inviting you over. Look around her house. See if you were with this woman, would you like the way that she keeps y'all house? Because I be looking at everything. One, I've left out of the house of hanging out with a woman, like went over her house. I've left because there's just too many wigs in the bathroom. It's too many goddamn wigs. Bitch, are you in witness protection? What's happening? Who are you hiding from? Child support? Your ex? Why is there so many wigs in here? Is it a lot of y'all? What's happening? I don't like that. I'm not a wiggy kind of guy. And that's I always say, like, people should just pick what they into. Like, if you're not into weave, don't pick a girl to have weave. Ladies, if you know you don't like a man that does, don't pick him. But it was like, people be picking people that they kind of like, and you'll hold that person until you find somebody you really like, and then you end up having a baby with a person you kind of like. Stop with the fillers. Stop with the fillers. Because them filler people is what mess you up. You end up having a pandemic baby with somebody that your ass wasn't even supposed to be with. Y'all just got trapped in shelter together for survival. It's a lot of pandemic babies that were made. It is. Shout out to the pandemic babies. You know? Shout out to AWOL. AWOL, you're preaching. My daughter just sent my daughter just sent my daughter to a okay, I guess you mean your baby's mom. My daughter just sent my daughter to a mental institution without my knowledge. Oh, literally found out 2 hours ago. God damn, bro. I'm assuming you mean your child's mother. So you're saying your child's mother just sent your daughter to a mental institution without your knowledge, and you just found out 2 hours ago. God damn, bro. I'm praying for you, man. I'm praying for you, bro. To be honest, I had said to myself the other day, I was like, damn, co-parenting is hard for a lot of people. I'm seeing this reoccurring theme, co-parenting, right? And it's like, it's got to be very difficult to co-parent with somebody that got mental issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about co-parenting with people who have like themselves together, like on a decent living level, right? Like they got common sense. They're not on drugs, they're not, got drinking problems, but there are people who are parents that are still fighting their own individual battle to where they can't be parents. One of my homegirls has a son. He's a real good guy. He's like 26, something like that. But he has a real bad drinking problem. Like, he got it from his father. And my homegirl is raising her grandchild. I think he's like maybe 2 years old. The mom, she can't raise him like the son, because she was like, she's not really like the type of mom that like says I love you. She's not really like the hugging type of mom. She's honestly, what I learned is My friend, she's raising her grandson, but her grandson's mother gave her other children up for adoption and was contemplating giving up her grandson for adoption because she's just not the type of mother that wants to raise kids. She's like, yeah, I'm just not, I know she had postpartum and she had got through that, which is a real thing, right? A lot of women go through postpartum, and I'm like, damn, bruh, it is hard out here for people, man. Like I hear a messed up story like every week, every day. And all that shit really does is make me just have more empathy for what people are going through. You know what I'm saying? Like most of us, we ain't even trying to hurt each other. We just bleeding. I ain't even trying to bleed on you, my G. I'm just bleeding and you just happen to be walking past me right now. That's kind of how things are right now. You know what I mean? Yo, my condolences, my love go out to you, brother. I hope that situation. Make sure you check in on your kid and make sure you go see your daughter ASAP if you can, because our children are having our children are having mental issues, so to speak. But I don't think all of them are really having mental issues. I think a lot of them are just tired of having two dysfunctional ass parents that can't get it together. That's enough to make anybody crazy, ain't it? We don't talk about, like, I'm tired of us labeling children as ADHD when we're not talking about the first thing, which is they don't have a solid mother and a solid father in their life. That's enough to make anybody go crazy. But we giving these kids, we labeling them ADHD and they have problems and they're bipolar. No, motherfucker, they just ain't got a mother to kiss them and feel safe with. That's it. A dad that they feel safe with. You know what I'm saying? Like, we be pumping our kids with so much medicine while they so young. I just don't be understanding that stuff, man. I really don't. And most of the time it be older parents, or just if it's younger parents, I don't even think it's an age thing. I think it's a uneducated thing. Like, a lot of us take medicine and we don't even know what's in it. We ain't researched, we ain't chat GPT, nothing. What it does or other stuff, we don't do nothing. So these are the same people that are raising kids. It's wild, man. It's wild. Shout out to Natasha. Roof man said, teacher man crazy is cheeks are crazy. Your line brother. uh, yeah, Bo won't my line brother. That's my big brother. But yeah, he from Richmond. Shout out to Richmond in the building. And shout out to Bo Jackson, the legend. Brandon Bo Jackson. Brandon Bo Jackson is my frat brother, right? For those who don't know. And he is one of the people who kind of helped teach me about manhood. I was never fathered, but I was glad to have big brothers that I respected that taught me about how to be a girl dad, taught me about real man shit. And Bo Jackson is one of my player partners, real man to the soil. Because I don't hang around with men who don't do man shit. That's the biggest sign. Like, if a dude hang around a man and he doing foul stuff, you might want to look at that. You might want to look at that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dudes that hang out with men that do not cool type of stuff, but you not even checking your mans because you scared of the confrontation. I don't hang around nobody I can't check. And there's nobody, and if I got my friends and family around me, they can check me. If I'm out of pocket, I'm out of bounds, they know how to communicate with me in a way where I understand what they're saying. But you got to have good people around you that you trust to check you. A lot of people don't like to be checked, especially women. Y'all hate to be checked. Y'all don't even like to be checked by your own parent, your own daddy, your own friend. So how the hell can your man check you? How is that? The only person that can check you is the pastor, and then you give him money. Your man try to check you, you give him hell. You give him attitude. And then be like, oh yeah, why you ain't married me? What? Y'all, I don't understand it. I don't. Somebody help me understand. Ruth said monk mode. Damn right, Ruth. I was in monk mode. I was sitting Indian style in a tree for like 3 years. I won't messing with nobody. I won't slinging no wood. I was just minding my business, drinking my water. I was outside running. I would go to like the track. I'd just be out there in the track running. Just running. Just running, man. Like, I was a man that had to get his life together because living out in LA, was just one of the wildest times of my life. Like, I've seen so many things, I learned so many things, so I had to get it together. All right, let me see what y'all talking about. Let's see. I'm getting ready to get off here in a few minutes, so if y'all got questions, this is the time for y'all to let me know, and I'll get to you real quick. Shout out to Trick Responsibly. I think everybody should trick responsibly. This is the era about tricking. I think the era of tricking has always been a thing, but I think it's more prevalent now because you have the internet and more stupid people are able to give their stupid opinions on the internet. And there was a point where people couldn't really spread the bullshit. Also, too, a lot of people be talking about stuff that they got no business talking about. It be women up here talking about how to get a man, and you ain't had a man in a long time. Or a man that you like. Some advice, baby. Stop giving advice, baby. Also, too, ladies, a lot of you want to be in relationships, but you're not willing to do the work. That's a problem. That's a problem. When I mean do the work means, as a man, there's so many things that I have to learn in order to be deemed a decent man. I got to learn 1,000 things. I got to know about cars. I got to be able to secure the house, have a gun. If there's a noise at the door, I'm supposed to go do security rounds, right? I got to know about if something breaks down in the house. I got to be Tim the Tool-Man Taylor. Ho, ho, ho. I got to be all that. It's a lot that comes with being a woman. It's just different. It's just different. Meaning, you got to learn how to like put your top lip together and your bottom lip, and you got to learn how to like listen. And that's difficult for a lot of women. It's difficult for a lot of people. But a lot of women who's like, yo, I want a man, it's like, if you want a man, mama, get your therapy in first. Don't make that man your therapist, because not to say you can't grow together, but certain things, I think when you meet a grown person, if y'all don't have like a alignment understanding on the basis, the foundational stuff, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, especially if y'all at a certain age. Like, look, older people get, the more they get stuck in their habits, and they ain't changing for you. Either they're gonna change for God, themselves. A lot of people don't even change for their kids. So I say pick people who are already on the road that you want to be on. Don't try to drag people. Don't try to make somebody an entrepreneur that don't want to be or that's not already one. Don't try to make a man faithful that don't want to be with one woman. Don't try to like make a woman into your dream woman. And if you know that woman didn't work out when you met her, don't get mad because she didn't work out when you was in a relationship. Ain't nothing wrong. If you like a big back joint, hey, get your big back on. You know, ain't nothing wrong with a big back joint. Big back joints keep you warm. They cook, all that. But if you know that that's not what you want, say that stuff in the beginning, man. Just say that stuff in the beginning. They're called placeholders. Yep, placeholders. People don't like being alone. You know why people don't like being alone? Because if you're alone, now you don't have anybody around to distract you from your bullshit. You see what I'm saying? A lot of us are alone because we're stubborn, we're narcissistic. Everything has to be our way. Nobody can tell us anything. And we wonder why, damn, why nobody picking up the phone from me? Because you need to grow the fuck up. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Nah, man, listen. I done buried about 6 family members in the past 5 years. I don't got time to be arguing with nobody, because when you deal with so much loss, I done lost my sister, I done lost my niece, I done lost grandparents, I lost aunts, lost my cousin. When you get to that place in life, you ain't got no time to be arguing with nobody, because you know tomorrow, it literally is not promised. So who cares? Who cares? I think I don't have time to be picking a person that is going to take me 10 years to get them to who I want them to be, versus just finding somebody who's already what I like. That's what we need to do. Be better pickers. Just pick better. We don't take accountability for that. We're like, every man I talk to is toxic, because they smell the toxic on you. Women too, fellas. Don't say a woman is a gold digger, right? But all you talk about is your money, or lack thereof, or you flaunt it. Come on, bruh. Don't get mad because she's using you as an ATM when you showed her that's who you wanted her to be. Same thing, ladies. Don't get a bunch of surgery and have to have makeup on every second of the day and then tell me you love yourself. Because I don't believe that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I gotta put all this shit on my face to cover the original face that God gave me, stay away from women like that. Because those are the type of women that's so insecure, they are going to make their self-esteem your personal mission every day. Like you gotta convince them that they're beautiful. Ain't nobody got time for that, baby. Ain't nobody got time for that. Get some therapy, get a mirror, and get into God. Stop judging yourself off the wrong things, and then maybe your self-esteem will get higher. And don't shame a man because he likes a woman who takes her health seriously. Because there'd be a lot of women that's like, oh, you want them skinny bitches. Why she gotta be a skinny bitch? Why can't she just be a healthy bitch? A HB. She just trying to get her health on. That's it. Women be haters, man. I hate when other women hate. I hate when women hate on other women because they want a man. What y'all call them? Pick-me's? Oh, you being a pick-me. Well, motherfucker, you want to be a pick-not. You don't want nobody to pick you? Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, it's almost to the point where some women pride themselves on not needing a man or not wanting a man, and then you die alone. And then you want to go when you're 50 something, you want to go online. I just wish I didn't, I wish I would have. God gave you the right man. And what you told God? Not enough. Same thing, fellas. If you played around with that woman, don't get mad because some other man saw her potential. He like, what? You a good woman? You don't cheat? Like, you keep yourself, you work out, you eat well, treat that woman, bruh. A lot of men be sleeping on good women. I tell you that shit. Especially these women who are very driven. They're organized. They want, they have a good head on their shoulders. They're entrepreneurs, or they have a great job and they want to be led. They don't want to figure out everything they goddamn self. Women are tired. Women tired. They don't want to keep figuring out shit. Straight up and down. But ladies, y'all just got to be more honest with us because a lot of y'all be hiding y'all bodies on these social medias. I can tell when a woman don't like her body when I go on Facebook and all I see is here and up. Here and up. That is a sure sign that I am not meeting with you in person because I know you frumpy dumpty. When I mean frumpy dumpty, I mean you don't like yourself. I've seen beautiful big women and they wear that thing like a stallion. I mean, they come in like, God damn, who that? Damn, I'm about to clap. It's the confidence. It's also they working out. They trying to keep themselves tight. So I'm just saying, look, man, ladies, fellas, y'all better tighten up, man. Tighten up. So yeah, shout out to AOL Beats. Yeah, we praying for you. Ruth Guzman says she's praying for your family too. He said heading down to North Carolina now. AOL. So AOL is the guy who he just found out his child mother took his daughter to a mental institution. He just found out 2 hours ago. So this is like real time type of stuff. So first and foremost, bro, take a breath. Okay. You a king, we all kings, right? God will never put you through anything that he won't walk you through, right? He's not going to take you to any problem or any situation that he's not going to walk you through. Stay calm, no matter what. When you go in there, I don't care what's happening. You got to breathe and you got to stay calm. Because if the man is calm, the situation is going to remain calm to most degrees. A woman can be erratic as much as she wants. Not to say all women are like that, because some women are calm too. You got to stay calm for your daughter. Whatever the reason why she took her to the thing and didn't let you know, you might need to go to the court and, y'all get some papers, or you might just need to just have a conversation. Say, hey, listen, I would appreciate it. This and that. If all emergencies, you let me know what's going on. But we definitely praying for you and your daughter, man. We here at Hump Day Romance, I'm definitely big on parents, right? We all need help. There's a lot going on out here in these streets, for sure, for sure. Danielle say, hell no, make a decision. I've been making decisions all day. That's right, Danielle. Danielle say she want a man to help make some decisions around here. Tell her what to do. I know that's right. But you know what though? With the tell you what to do thing, a lot of men want to lead, but not they don't have the love in their heart and the empathy to lead your people, your daughter, your mom, your sister, your cousins, whoever, right? You got to have humility in your motherfucking heart to lead a woman or people. You do. Because a lot of men only know anger. We only know aggression. We only talk one way. A car got many different drives. You got park, you got reverse, you got neutral, all these different things. That's how a man should be. You should be a person. If a dude can't have a soft conversation with the people he loves, bro, you are one linear leader. Because everybody don't learn like that. So eventually the people that you lead and you're not really connected with them in the first place. So you're not really a leader. You're just a motherfucker that's just in charge. You gotta learn to give grace. Man, we gotta like understand that grace is what God gives. Mercy is what God gives. Empathy is what God gives. That's strength. That's strength. So I've known the most aggressive, most dangerous men. When you meet them, they so gentle with the people they love. Straight up and down. So yeah, we got to get more gentle. If we're gonna be like leaders and shit, we got to get more calm households, man. So shout out to AOL Beats. He said, I'm heading down to North Carolina now. And that's facts. Got my baby on all types of meds for no reason. Listen, get your kids off that meds. Anything the doctor says, you need to do your own research too. Parents, this is not the day anymore where we just give our kids medication and call ourselves good parents. Oh, well, the doctor said, listen, I got friends that are doctors. I don't got nothing against doctors. But the truth of the matter is, and real doctors tell you, a lot of doctors, I ain't saying all, not saying all, some doctors get benefited from pushing medication on kids and adults. They get financially compensated. And that's what people don't understand. Take a look, it's in a book. Read, motherfuckers, read. So I'm just saying, please protect these babies, bro. And my heart goes out to you, brother. I'm glad you chiming in with us, man. And make sure you come back on the live and let me know how that situation happened. All right? Because I really do care. I hope everything's all right. You can shoot me a DM too, bro, if you need a side conversation with me. I always have capacity for people that I love or just people that I'm just, just might need some advice. You dig? Bruce says, it makes me aware of the mercy and grace God has gifted me. Zeus, you are hitting it on the spot. Zeus, you are hitting it on the spot. Well, listen, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that. Hit it on the spot. Hit it on, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm a heathen. All right, shout out to Natasha. Natasha says, what you are saying reminds me of the mantra I follow from DMX's quote, which is, quoting DMX, I fucking love, right? She says, always trust everyone to be themselves, but trust in the fact that you can see them well. He expanded on this by saying, it takes too much energy to not trust someone. Trust them to be them. Trust a snake to bite you. Trust a liar to lie to you. But you know them when you see them. The full segment is about accepting people for their inherent nature, right? While simultaneously being observant and aware of their true character. So I know what you mean, Natasha. So this is something, I love DMX. DMX is like my dark-skinned idol. Like, when I was a kid growing up in these light-skinned streets, I had certain idols. I wanted to be like LL Cool J, right? Shout out to Uncle LL, right? I wanted to be like DMX. Like, I wanted to be like these dudes because I just loved their aggression. I loved how respected they were by men and women, and they was fly, and they was cool. It was culture. It's just like, I love that shit. The Locks. I got a lot of New York influences, man. Shout out, of course, Virginia too. But what she's talking about is, I remember DMX saying this. He was like, yo, trust people are going to be who they are. And even Tyler Perry said something, he said something in one of his plays. It's like, when people show you who they are, believe them. Either that or, yeah, somebody said that. People show you who you are, believe them. I believe that. I think I trust that I'm going to be me. And my friends, my family, I trust they're going to be them. And I think that's what it is. I think I think we get it misunderstood where we think trusting somebody means they're going to do what we want them to do. And that's not what it is. You have to observe people. And ladies, stop falling in love with people who have potential but are not doing it in reality. Same thing for fellas. If she's not, she may have potential, but look to see what that person is doing now. If they ain't really doing nothing, let it go. Let it go. Straight up and down. Mello says men need to have a vision, and that tells them the kind of partner they need. They have to submit to your mission or purpose to receive submission. Hey, Mello on it. And Mello, that's my right hand on set. Shout out Mello. You're right, Mello. That's why I always tell women, men should not be chasing a woman. I have women friends that really think that I'm supposed to chase them or men supposed. Well, why can't men chase the woman? Well, if he's chasing your ass, then who's supposed to be chasing his purpose that God gave him? How does that work? So he's supposed to be chasing in two directions. How that work? No. If God says go here and you want him to go there, think about it. This is a fork in the road for a lot of men, right? If I have a choice to go with God's purpose for me, right? God say, you're going this way. And a woman says, hey, I like you, Zeus. Hey, baby, I might like you too. What's happening? You smell nice. She said, but I need you to chase me, right? Chase me. One of these is a liability and one of these is an asset. One of these is a liability, one is an asset, right? If I chase her, after I get her, how can I afford her? I done spent so much time chasing you, I don't got no goddamn money. I done spent so much time chasing you and running you down that my thoughts have been dedicated to you daily to where I missed that meeting or that email or that business I was building with my friend, my brother. I've canceled so many times so I can take you out and spend money that I don't have because I'm chasing you. Then when I get you, you're going to be like, all right, so now that you got me, what you got? I'm like, I ain't got nothing. I chased you. And now, you know what she going to do? Chase somebody else because he got what she want. But if I follow God's purpose, right? If I follow God's purpose for me, you can go and jump on that whenever. If you're aligned, if you follow me and we're in alignment, now I have something to give you because I've been building. I have a house that I've been building. If I'm chasing you over your house, all we gonna ever have is your house. So I just say, ladies, stop thinking that the man that like you, he'll chase you. The man that you like, he chasing God's purpose for himself. And you should like that because that gives you a clear indication of where that man's going and what he may need. And if I was you, I would try to be his toolbox, see what that man needs, and you become that. Learn that skill set or say, hey, I'm willing to learn. So that's just me, man. I'm getting ready to get about it because my laptop about to die soon, but let me finish this out. I love DMX. He is such an intellect. Natasha wants DMX to come out of the ground so she can marry him. I love that for you. Shout out to New York. Ruth says, God is not putting you on the racetrack. He is putting you on the path made for you. Bingo. I like that. Shout out to everybody that's been asking for the Live Your Dreams, Not Your Reality merch. Y'all know y'all can go to topropezeus.com and holla at me. Yo, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Danielle says, real eyes, realize, real lies. Tupac. I like that. Realize, realize, realize. I like that. Danielle says, right, he should be meeting you on the way to the purpose. That's right. Listen, ladies, fellas, whatever you want to come into your life, make sure that you are doing that for yourself. That's all. Do the work. I appreciate y'all. I'm definitely going to go live again. For those of you that want to be invited to my new Patreon, that'll be up by the end of the week. Let me know because I have a very, very exciting community for y'all. And yeah, it's going to be my Patreon. So y'all know I do a lot of episodes. I have Hump Day Romance. I do a lot of sketches. I do new series. A lot of y'all have never even seen, other than just clips, you've never even seen my full-on show. So you can go to the link in my bio here click YouTube. Check out my first 2 seasons of Hump Day Romance. I've written them, and I'm working on a third season. And yeah, it's just a relationship sketch comedy show. We talk about all things. And some stuff is not funny. Some stuff I'm just talking about just what's going on in the world. But the intention is to bring more laughter into the bedroom, to educate more men and women. A lot of us don't really have nobody to talk to about this relationship thing, at least to get good advice. Some of our family members, crazy as hell, they give out bad advice. But I try to give out good advice for men and women. I try to hear people out and just steer them through my life experience that I've had. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Danielle said, congratulations on my award. I didn't actually win an award. What I did was I created my company, Top Rope Studios, was hired to create the promotions for the Harlem Renaissance Gala. And that was thrown by the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha here in the 757. And they hired me to do it. The promotion came out well. Y'all can go to my page and check it out. But they invited me to come speak at the gala, my business. And, so I thought that was dope. And I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to say, but right before I went up there, I had like a little speech. I just scratched that joint. I think I said maybe the beginning part. And then after that, I was like, God, just use me. Just help me to connect with and speak to the people that need to be spoken to and what I do and that sort of thing. And I all my cards that I had, my business cards, people asked for all of them. I didn't even have any left. And that's what I mean by like, this is new for me because I'm coming from behind the camera more and I'm letting people experience me in real life. And it's been nothing but positive feedback. And I realized that I've been hiding myself from the world, and it don't shake like that. When you give yourself and give your gift, right? Just show up. You'll be surprised at how many wonderful things kind of happen for your life. So if y'all got a space or a goal you're trying to do, yo, just show up. Just show up. You'll be surprised at how many things will work if you just show up. You know what I'm saying? So Danielle, I appreciate you. She said, I love this for you. That's awesome. Danielle is positive as shit. I like Danielle. Somebody slide into Danielle's DMs. Slide into it. She appreciates y'all. All right, man. I appreciate everybody here. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I'm tired as hell. But y'all know I got brand new videos dropping on my Facebook tomorrow. Y'all can go hit me on TikTok. And my Hump Day Romance page is about to get back cracking on Instagram. So y'all going to see the collaborative posts, and y'all going to be able to comment on all my different relationship questions and prompts. And that's going to lead you guys to my Patreon because I want you guys a part of my community. Starting December, I want to do a 30-day challenge. I've been playing around with it. I shouldn't even be saying this shit to y'all because when I say shit, I'd be like, damn, now I got to do it. But I've been thinking about doing a 30-day challenge where I have a goal. Me and my family, my people, y'all that love me, I have a goal. I have over 400,000 followers on Facebook, close to 400,000. I have over 100,000 on TikTok, 55,000 subscribers. I have 71K on Instagram. I want to get 1,000 members in my Patreon in 1 month. That's how I want to kick off my Patreon. I want to help 1,000 people so much, just 1,000, that they join my community. And monthly, they subscribe to me because I have some shit in store for y'all. I do. And I've given out so much free content, and I'm still going to give out free content. That's not going to change, but I can't be as uncensored and raw as I want to be up here on the internet. So we need a community where we all can speak private. We don't want everybody to know what's going on. So this will be a community that we create for single mothers, single fathers. Just if you ain't even got no kids and you just like, yo, I love hearing about this relationship or life stuff, common sense, then come here. Tell us your issues. Tell us your problem. We make it a community. You know what I mean? And y'all will also be getting discounts on my merch, Live Your Dreams, Not Your Reality, things like that. So I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go check me out. As always, I'm Top Rope Zeus. Live your dreams, not your reality. All right? Peace.